Hello, all you beautiful souls. It's Anna here from Awakened You. I felt called or pulled or guided, I should say, to not only start this channel, but start posting videos from questions that you ask, and I channel the answers for you from your higher selves, from my higher selves, from universal consciousness, from the Akashic records, essentially the universal energies, however you want to look at it or that resonates with you. Know also that though the questions may be individual in nature, when they're asked, I have set the intention that each question be in the energy to help the collective. So even if you may not have necessarily asked the question yourself, but you feel pulled or guided to watch it, there's something in the channeled message or the channeled answer that you may have been asking yourself, or that you need or feel called to hear, or that someone else may feel called to have heard, and you're the one to share the video with them for that, to hear their call and answer it for them. So that being said, if you feel pulled to share this video, please do. And also like and subscribe as well if also it resonates and you feel called. And also know if you listen and a message, if you feel pulled to watch and the answer for some reason does not resonate with you, there is a message in that as well. So be open to moving into why that may not resonate for you, because we each have our own individual truths, and they're all unique and they're all important, whether or not something is in resonance or not. So I found it very fitting. I got two questions. This is my first video doing this, and I got two questions that are both actually relationship bound, which is very fitting for the energies that we are in now and moving through and building towards 2024, and all the years moving forward are very community based. So also moving into our own self-authority and our own uniqueness, and moving into our own gifts and our own true energy, but doing so in amongst community where it's not just us as an individual. So it's very fitting that both questions that came through were relationship bound. So the first one was, am I putting the right energy into my relationships? And right away, I heard the quick answer is, does it make you feel good? Which I can tell you moving forward that this is a big theme for any question moving forward. Really, does it bring you joy? We're moving into that energy of joy and fun, and moving on our spiritual path. And in that, yes, there are moments that don't feel so joyful and fun, but they're removing energy so we can allow that joy and fun into our lives. So, are you putting the right energy into your relationships? Well, first off, does it make you feel good and joyful when you do it? If you are doing it, and there can be different parts to this, but if you're moving into something and you're moving in with expectation, and you then feel jealousy or resentment or anger after you've put that energy into a relationship, well, then the guides say that on a certain level, no, because you're moving in either with a block or with a sense of expectation into how you want that person to perform after you've done the giving, which again is not giving from the purest form, from unconditional love, from where we are meant to give. So if that is the case, it's looking at, why are you doing it? Why are you giving when you're feeling the anger, guilt, resentment, jealousy afterwards? What is that motivation for you? And if the repercussion of what you're feeling, there's a fear-based block typically behind there. There are many ways to clear that. I do offer sessions that actually do that, tie into the energy and clear that energetically. But again, many different other modalities out there that do the same. There's another factor, and I've noticed this in my growth too, in that we know who we are, we know the person that we want to be, and we know the energy that we want to move from in giving. And somebody asks us, to do something in a relationship, any relationship really, and we can feel the immediate reaction is no within ourselves. However, on another level, we want to be that person that would feel comfortable saying yes. So again, it's another energy block, and it's another cue teaching us or giving us the awareness on where our blocks are, where the energy stops, in not allowing us to move in from our authentic selves. So even though you want to do that, you want to be the person that does that, perhaps you say yes and you go and you do it, and then you feel the anger, resentment, or any, the low vibratory emotions after that. Again, it's a beautiful space to be, because it gives you the awareness, oh, okay, I want to be there, I'm not there. Again, where's a block? What do I believe is true in this situation in order that I'm not getting or I'm not receiving by giving? Giving from our true authentic selves brings us nothing but pure joy, and without that need of getting anything in return. That's the unconditional love. Another side to this too is, many of us are givers. We are just natural givers. It actually brings us joy. And sometimes that giving we can overdo. We enjoy it, we love it, but again, we are a soul in a human body. There is a flip side to the giving. We also need to rest and we need to recharge. So even though it is our love and our passion to do that, we're giving just endlessly. Our physical body, yes, our soul and our essence, and it's used to that. So those of us givers, we're naturally pulled to do that because that's what we know on another energetic level, not in the physical body, but really honoring that we are here in a physical body, and that also needs the time to rest and recharge after we've been giving. So sometimes that frustration, that I don't want to, is actually a result, again, it would be another block, but more so a result of needing to overgive and not trusting the boundary of saying no to recharge and rest and reaccumulate so that we can continue to give again. So I hope that resonates with you and makes sense in that. Again, if your relationships and how you show up in relationships does not bring you anything but joy and recharge you, then it's something to look at. And again, there's, many of these terms out there. It was just brought to my awareness again about things like energy vampires and those kinds of relationships. And while, yes, it is, it's most likely in your boundary sense to see that relationship for what it is and that it is not bringing you joy, and putting the boundary up and releasing it, but also looking into why did you allow that into your experience? Why? Because it takes two to tango. There's two energies in the energetic relationship. So yes, this person may be doing it, but you've also allowed it. Why? Where is that, again, that energy block as to why you allowed that into your experience? Because if that is not looked at, if that is not healed, you may remove yourself from this first particular person that is, the energy vampire, or that's taking more from you than you are comfortable with. But if you don't heal the cause of that, you are simply going to attract another into your experience that does the same. Also, I was brought to my awareness too. For me, I move in from unconditional love, but that is always my intention. And boundaries were always difficult for me. I mean, same typical story of the giver, the one giving out there, does not want to put up a boundary, didn't feel comfortable. I've cleared many blocks and many past lives energies and many belief systems around that. But the concept of the boundary also didn't sit right for me, because the way that it's typically taught and typically coined out there is something I perceive in you that is not right for me, therefore I must break away. That energy for me felt like judgment. And I do not want to move through my experience and my life in judgment. I want to open up in unconditional love, which means there are no conditions on the love. So for me, what I really heard, because I've been asking to get the answer for this in a way that resonates with me, because I understood the concept, but I knew there was a different way to look at it. And it came to my attention that boundaries are simply a way to actually honor love and unconditional love. If we as the individual cannot stand and hold space for somebody exactly as they are, without taking it personally, without it affecting our energy field, without it feeling like it harms us in some way, we cannot offer someone the unconditional love that they deserve, no matter what they're doing. Because if we held space in actually true unconditional love, they would not be able to harm us. So by putting the boundary, it's essentially saying, I cannot show up for you right now the way that you deserve, the way that we all deserve. So I am putting the distance between us because you deserve better than actually what I can give right now. And so do I, because it affects my field and my energy when I'm not giving to you from that pure space of unconditional love. And when I heard this, it resonated so much better for me than that other side of it, where it feels more like a judgment side of it. So I felt called to also add this in today's message. So that is the first question. The second question that came through definitely ties in with the first one. And essentially, it's more on the love side of the relationship. And I'm sure, I mean, I went through the experience of this in my lifetime as well, is when will the love of my life enter my life? When will the one come in? When will that relationship come in for me? Quick answer to that: when you no longer need it. And I heard this over and over and over again, and boy, did it frustrate me in the process. But I understand it. I understand it now. Because again, when we're in that energy of need, first off, it's essentially on a manifestation level. It's also on one level kind of, it's essentially saying, I'm not good enough alone, therefore I need something to fulfill that. And it actually repulses that from coming into your life. Or you attract someone into your experience that is in that same energy of need, which I can tell you from a deep soul level is actually not the experience, that the relationship that you want. If you did attract that in, there are definitely lessons and opportunities to learn, because they are mirrors. They are your mirror. So they are showing you things that you can heal in order to move into the space that you want to be, to attract that relationship that you actually desire. There was another side of this as well. Just give me one moment to channel in and get the energy feel of it as well. Right. The other side of it is your guides and your higher self and everyone, because we all have a team that is there supporting us, whether we recognize it or use them or not, they're there. They know what is in your highest and best good. They know what you deserve. And if you are not in the right energy yet to attract that experience in, because they know what you deserve, it's like they will protect you from it and they will stop that from coming in. So there's a lot of you out there that haven't experienced that, not because there's something wrong with you, but because you are so protected that they are stopping, or your energy is stopping the relationship that you wouldn't resonate with, you wouldn't be your full desire, to make you happy, or not to make you happy, but for someone to experience happiness with. So they essentially stop that from coming in to your field. In that sense, also, there are lessons and healings that still need to be learned with you being solo. So sometimes we move through the lessons we need to be learned have to do with us being alone. And sometimes those lessons that we need to learn are being with someone and learning them in that relationship. So when are they going to come? When you don't need them to come anymore. We can want an experience to happen, but when we move into that space of, you know what, life is fucking great. Sorry for the swear word. Life is great. And I want to experience it, but I'm okay if I don't. And you let it go. Catch-22 is it manifests most of the time. So again, moving into that space, why do you want that relationship to come in? Why do you want the one to come in? Really diving deep and looking where your motivation lies. Are you in any energy of need? Are you in any energy of, I need them to save me, or I need this because I can't do this on my own? My experience too is, it was quite interesting if I look back. All my life, most of my life, as I was learning the relationship piece, I was in that energy of need. I was in that energy of wanting them to come in. And when the right one actually came in, I almost initially wanted to push them away. It was that, you know what, I'm so good on my own. I love who I am. I love the experience of me. I love the life that I'm living. Don't know if I need anything more. And again, another layer of lessons to learn and to heal, because there's fear with that side as well. But then I knew that I was in a solid place for myself, in my own integrity, was not in the energy of need, and could invite the relationship that I truly desired. I hope that answered your question. Again, if there are any other questions that you have regarding any of this, please do not hesitate to reach out. As I said, if you like the video, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone, especially if you think that there's something in this message that they could hear right now and could help them within their life. For me, I also offer sessions. So like I said earlier, I offer sessions to heal the karmic energy that we're moving through right now. We're in this lifetime right now to clean up past karmic energy so that we can come and incarnate, or not, in our next lifetime in a cleaner space. And so we don't have to live those same energies now. So there are different ways to do this. I do offer, past life healing sessions and just emotional clearing sessions in there so that you no longer experience the triggers in your life that you're going through. I also offer, a lot of us are in an ascension process. So we're moving into our true purpose, into our true self. So I offer one-on-one sessions individually, or as a 6-month package, where we move through together in not only clearing past karmic energies that are coming up for you now to heal as you move into that space, plus activations. We are all moving into our gifts, into our energies. And when those past energies are healed and cleared, we can then activate these gifts and these spiritual energies that have been laid dormant up until now. So there's also those as well. And many other things that I offer in session-wise that you can definitely take a look at my website, and all the links are down below. Thank you so much for watching this video and listening. So much love to all of you. Until next time.